All right, boys and girls, welcome aboard. It's time for this week's edition of NFL Pregame Party, Week 16's Tailgate, right now. All right, welcome aboard for NFL Pregame Party. I am your host, Joe's Atmosphere. It's good to see you guys. Hope you're having a Merry Christmas Eve so far. I know I'm looking forward to 9 hours of football. I've been working my butt off. I'm really tired, but we will endeavor to persevere this morning. And as usual, I've got a co-pilot. It's Knock, the other football fanatic that I know. What you doing, man? How you doing?
Indeed. Good. Good. This is kind of our Christmas day here. The family will start piling in. I don't know how much football I actually get to watch today, but because we're doing Christmas today because we
You
got some
doing
people
it?
that got to work
You
tomorrow.
guys doing on Christmas Eve? Okay,
Well,
gotcha.
no, I mean it's all based on schedule. This particular year, it's on a Sunday, and we have one of my brothers got to work on Monday, so we're doing it today.
Really?
So it
Wow.
just depends on who's available, and then that's the day we do it. So
I
if it's on
gotcha.
Christmas Day, great. If not, we do it on the weekend.
Gotcha, man. Okay. Well, we're gonna start as we usually do with the college football scene, and this week it's all bowl games, right, Knock?
It is, yeah.
All right, let's talk about it, man. Go for it.
Yeah, so first one, this is this last Monday. It was the famous Toastery Bowl, and this was Western Kentucky and Old Dominion. This is a really fun game to watch. A lot of these bowl games have been really good to watch.
Hmm.
Just I know some people don't care for them because there's a lot of transfer portals and guys committing to the draft. So there's some star power missing in some of these bowl games, but on the other hand, these are kind of like preseason games that matter. That where you get to see some of the younger folks and coming in that's going to take over, and you see some stars or sons of stars, like I'm going to mention here in a bit. And
Hmm.
but yeah, this is a great game. Old Dominion was up 28-0 in this game.
Wow.
28-0, and Western Kentucky came back. There was some, the and they started to come back, but Old Dominion wasn't quite ready to give up yet. So it was 35-14 entering the fourth quarter. And Western Kentucky managed to get a couple of touchdowns, so they were down. But uh, instead of going, there was a turnover where Old Dominion went for a field goal that would have put them up by two scores to go by
Hmm.
10, but
Yeah.
it was blocked. It was blocked by Western Kentucky. Kentucky took that chance to score, tie it up, and go into overtime. And in overtime, Old Dominion's field goal got ahead of first. Their field goal again was blocked.
Wow.
So Western Kentucky, in order to win, just needed a field goal, and they had a chip shot and won it. So it was a really good comeback win on that one
Hmm.
for Western Kentucky. Great game to watch.
Cool. Well, listen, before you move on, let's go ahead and recognize the chat. Of course, Tim was in here first. He said he's working today. I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, Big Daddy. And David Glenn is in here saying the same. And Tommy C is with us. Good to see all of you guys. Thanks for watching today. Go ahead.
All right. So then on Tuesday, we had the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl. This was pretty fun.
Okay.
UTSA's very first bowl win in
Okay.
this one. And this was really fun to watch because in this game, you had uh, for UTSA, you had Josh McCown's son, Owen.
Yeah, man. I
UTSA,
saw.
and then
I'm
hold
getting
on, hold on,
old.
hold on, hold on, hold on.
Yeah.
I know. Hold on.
Hmm.
Marshall had Chad Pennington's son, Cole.
Yeah. Yeah. Unbelievable. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. I saw that. Yeah. Very cool, man. Very cool.
But Marshall took the lead 14-0. So, but UTSA, they just scoring 21 points in the second quarter, and Marshall wouldn't even score in the second half.
Mm.
So this was a pretty good game. And then they had a big what I don't know if it was cold or hot coffee, but they poured it. They had a big old coffee cup, and that's what they poured on the coach at the end of the game for the victory. So that was kind of fun.
Hmm.
All right, and then Thursday, not
Now,
much time.
now, hang on. Before you go any further, I'm pretty sure wasn't Marshall that both Moss and Chad Pennington played for in college? I think they played there. I think both of
I'm
them did.
not too sure about the history of where they
Yeah,
played.
I'm
That'd
pretty
probably be more
sure they
backwards.
did. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing that Pennington's son's playing the same place his dad did, because I know he played with Moss. Yeah, for sure. Okay, go ahead, man.
Yeah, the roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl. Not much discussed in this one. South Florida just jumped all over Syracuse, 45-0 in that one. So not much of a game there. That's
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah.
Friday night had a pretty good game. This was the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl. Georgia Tech over UCF. UCF jumped to a lead, but then no points in the second half, and Georgia Tech just trounced on them.
Uh-huh. So our man Redburst is a happy camper. His alma
Yeah.
mater
This was a
won
good
out.
game.
That'll work.
Yeah,
All
good game
right.
for them. And then
Cool.
Saturday, we had some decent games. This was a slugfest here. Duke kind of went ahead, and Troy just couldn't keep up. So
Mm-hmm.
the Duke gets the Birmingham Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had a Camellia Bowl, which was a pretty decent game. Arkansas needed to come; they were down by 8, so they went down, they scored, but they couldn't get the 2-point conversion. So they couldn't get the ball back, and they
That's game.
yep,
That's
that's
it.
game.
Mm-hmm.
This was a really fun game. The score is much closer than the game was, 31-21. Air Force ran
I,
all over
I was
JMU.
fixing to say, I saw the first drive of that game before I went to work after my show yesterday, and they looked like they were gutting that team with their
It,
friggin'
all
wishbone,
game.
man.
I think the running
Oof.
back had over 200 yards easy. I think the
Oof.
quarterback only threw like 3 passes, one for a
I was
touchdown.
fixing to say, dude,
He,
Air Force runs like it's nobody's business. They
well, they
barely throw
definitely
the
threw a
ball.
lot more. They threw a lot more this year.
Yeah.
But when they started, they ended the season with 4 losses. And that's kind of what kicked them out of the championship.
Mm-hmm.
So, and because they were 8-0, and this is what they were doing all year long. And I don't know if they got away from it. They had a lot of turnovers,
Mm-hmm.
which really killed them during that 4-game loss streak. And this game, they just no turn. They didn't turn the ball over. They ran it down the throat, and they just destroyed JMU. Great win for that one. That was a great game.
Cool. All right.
And then we got the famous Idaho Potato Bowl played in the blue field of Boise State. Georgia State offense could not be stopped in this one.
Really?
45-22, just all over Utah State. This game, same thing. South Alabama, I thought they were one of the favorites to win their conference, but they fell off near the end, and just not a great end of the season. But in this one, 59-10 over Eastern Michigan.
Oof.
Trounced
Ooh.
there in
That's
Mobile,
not pretty. That
Alabama.
ain't pretty at all.
That was the 68 Ventures Bowl. And then we had this one was you would have liked this game.
Mm.
This was a defensive struggle, field position, just tough defenses on both sides.
Just beating each other up. I like that.
Beating
You're
each
right. I
other
like
up,
that. Mm-hmm.
absolutely. So this was
Mm-hmm.
this distribution Las Vegas Bowl, but Northwestern they were chasing 500 all season long, but they ended with the 7-5 record, and then they got one over Utah. Utah just couldn't do anything offensively. We'll see what
Mm-hmm.
happens next year when they get their star quarterback back, and they're in the new conference. So we'll see what happens with Utah. But Northwestern gets this win. And
Very
then
cool.
lastly, we got I watched this one this morning because this was it started at 10:30 last
I was
night.
fixing to say, yeah,
Hawaii,
that's West Coast. That's
yeah,
Honolulu.
yeah,
Yeah, that was way late. Yeah.
yeah. So he posts
Like
Hawaii
7 hours
Bowl.
difference between us and
Yeah,
Hawaii.
it
That's
was
ridiculous.
sunset. The game was getting sunset when it started. So,
Mm-hmm.
but Coastal Carolina went 17-0. But San Jose started to come back, but unfortunately, just not enough. Coastal, they came back. It was 17-14 in the fourth quarter with like 9 minutes to go, and Coastal Carolina ran the clock out, ate up like 7 minutes, and then they scored the touchdown. So just the perfect drive. San Jose had no time left to really do much. So, and that was that game.
Okay.
So we got a couple games this week.
Yep.
Just the last thing I got, and then I'm done. Just a couple games. We got Tuesday. We got 3 games on Tuesday. I won't be able to watch much of the Kansas and UNLV game because that's at 9:30 or 9 o'clock. But I'll watch it the next morning. Yep. Let's say Virginia Tech and Tulane for the Military Bowl on Wednesday. So I might try to catch that one. Okay. And then a good game, Duke's Mayo Bowl. I think it's going to be pretty good. That's North Carolina and West Virginia. I think that'll be a shootout. Then you got Louisville and USC for the Holiday Bowl. Not sure. That's kind of a wild card game. Not sure what we're going to get from USC at this point. Yeah. And then we got a couple Thursday night games. I like this Pop-Tarts Bowl. I don't know why that bowl just sounds so good to me, but
Pop-Tarts, man, that's why. Pop-Tarts are awesome.
You know they are. So that seems like a decent game. That'll be at 5:45. So that's
I've always liked the Wildcats friggin' symbol they got there. I've always done that. For sure.
And then you got Arizona versus Oklahoma and the Valera Alamo Bowl.
Yes, the Alamo Bowl. Yeah, my dad and I were talking about that this morning. I've got you do know I have OU Santa out in front of my house as usual. Yes.
And of course, Friday got the Taxslayer Gator Bowl. So that's Clemson.
Yeah, this is where they start to get a little better. They're get some better matchups. Yeah,
there you go. Oregon State
versus Notre Dame. Yeah, there you go.
That's the Sun Bowl. And then Saturday, of course, we got Auburn and Maryland.
Yeah.
Just a couple of smaller bowls. So I'm not going to go any further.
Is Tua's brother playing in that game?
I don't know. I think he's in a senior year, so I don't know if he's coming back or not. I'm not too sure about that. I'll let you know next week if he did or not play.
Something else you need to look at for next week, not before you go any further, is the portal. Who's moving, who's not, that kind of thing. Don't forget to take a look into that because it's open now.
I got you.
Yep.
Yeah. Or it closes. Okay. Closes soon.
Yeah, it closes pretty soon. Yeah, it's been open for.
It's been open for a couple of weeks. So, yeah, definitely. Okay. Yeah, yep. I'll do that.
Yep.
And then of course next week we'll discuss because they won't happen until that Monday, January 1st. So I'll discuss the first playoff games and then the Big Six games. So that'll be fun next week. And then we'll do the transfer portal. So it'll be probably a little bit longer in that one. But yeah, that's about it for this one.
Yep. Okay. Well, thanks, man. Appreciate it, dude. That's very cool. I'm looking forward to seeing some of that stuff. I do know from talks with my brother that the Heisman Trophy winner is not going to play in his bowl game. He is going to because really, I mean, when you think about it, all he can do is hurt himself. And so
it's very strange because I've seen mock drafts right now, and they have him at the 9th best quarterback, which makes no sense to me.
It makes no sense to me either, man. You know, who would you? I know you'd rather have him than Caleb Williams, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you?
I mean, I can't say that. I mean, Caleb Williams was on the team with the worst defense. He had no support.
That's true. That's true. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I know you like the running quarterback more than you do the pocket kind of guys.
I'm fine with either or. I don't care for running ones as much. I like them to be able to run. I want like Aaron Rodgers where they can, but they don't have to run. Yeah. Because we know what happens to running quarterbacks. Look at Richardson that happened this year. Lamar gets knocked out every year, except the last time he got knocked out, he was in the pocket. So that's not really fair on that.
Yeah, that's true.
And that was the problem.
Absolutely true. Well, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see who's going to play in the bowl games and who's not. Some
of these legacy kids are awesome. I love seeing these guys.
Yeah. Who else did I see on there? Of course, everybody knows Marvin Harrison Jr., but I think he's going in the draft too, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't think he's playing in that.
I don't think he's going to play for Ohio State.
No, well, hang on. I think he's still one of those toss-ups. He hasn't decided if he's going to draft because remember we talked about last year where he has like a $20 million reason to maybe stay at Ohio State?
Yes, exactly. So, it's changed, man. It has changed. They can make just as much money staying in school now. I mean,
it's funny.
Yeah.
I saw I don't know if this is real. Obviously, internet, grain of
Mm-hmm.
salt. I
Right.
saw a photo of someone talking about how Arch Manning,
Mm-hmm.
in his freshman year made $2.1 million, and Brock Purdy is like less than $1 million.
No, I
He's
saw
in
that
every
story. We're covering it this week. Yeah, he made almost $3 million and barely saw the field.
Yeah,
Image
just
and
on
likeness
NIL
stuff.
deals.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you can college
Yep.
kids make it better than MVP candidates in the NFL
Yes.
right
Yeah. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Yeah, absolutely. But it's going to be interesting to see who's playing, who's not, that kind of thing. You
now.
know. Let me see here. I
Yeah, my family's
forgot
starting to
to
come in.
pull up something that I wanted to pull up really badly. Let me see if I can find it again. I should be able to pretty quick here. Yep, there it is. I got it. I'll go ahead and cue it up. But yeah, thanks for that report, man. And we'll definitely be looking forward to what you got next time around. Let's see. Lamar had up to 8 seconds to decide what to do. That is a ton of time. Yeah,
Oh yeah, on
that
that one
that
sack.
guy,
Yeah.
he's something else, man. He can keep things alive longer than anybody I know. And Keely Chow is in. He says Merry Christmas, and he said there's only one bowl game that matters, and it is the Rose Bowl. Roll Tide. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm not pulling for the Tide. I just can't. It's not physically possible for me. I don't like the dwarf with the Napoleon complex. I just don't like him. But hey, it's good to be the king when you're that guy, So, uh, but man, let me tell you, we're gonna go ahead and shift gears to the NFL now. Thanks for that report, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, buddy.
The first thing we're going to talk about tonight, why? Because it's my show and I get to talk about what I want to. The game we talked about, what we didn't get to see last week, the last game of week 15. If you missed the Seattle Seahawks versus the Philadelphia Eagles, you missed one of those games that I'm always talking about, that this is why we watch football, man. And I know this guy used to play for Knox football team, Drew Lock. He ended up playing. He didn't know if he was going to play or not. But boys and girls, if you didn't watch this game, you missed out. You really did, because the Eagles, they went up, they rolled up a 10-point lead on them early, and the Seahawks couldn't do much at all in the first half. But they started running the ball in the second half, man. And when they finally cracked the seal, when Walker got his first touchdown, number 2, Drew Lock, was the guy that blew it open at the goal line for him to get in untouched. He was downfield blocking for this kid, and he did it on more than one play during the game. And when it came down to crunch time, when they were down, I think they were down 13 to 17. The last drive, they had to start on their own, it was a 92-yard drive. They started on their own 8, and he made all the throws, and it was driving Knock nuts because he didn't throw to my man number 14. What the hell's his name? Metcalf.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he started hitting Metcalf left and right. And
They actually
getting
started
it
moving the
down the
ball when
field.
he threw the Metcalf. It was
Yeah,
amazing.
and
It's crazy how that works.
Yeah, right. And then he threw the touchdown to Njigba, and it was just a pretty ball and everything. But it was just nice to see, man. I mean, you know me, I like the pocket passer, and that's what this guy is. And I just wanted to share with you guys, if you didn't get to see it, his friggin' interview after the game was just something else. Let me play this for you guys, because he was really emotional. This is a guy that was questioning his ability going into the game. Check this out.
Amazing won't do it justice. Amazing won't do it justice, but amazing also doesn't do justice what the O-line, what DK did on that catch, what the receivers did, what Ken Walker, Zach Charbonnet did all game long, the tight ends, man. It takes a special group to rally around a guy that, has come into his second game of the year, right? Used to the same thing all year long, same cadence, same spin of the ball, everything. A team like that, not just the offense, the defense to rally around me tonight, man, that was amazing.
I hear some emotion in your voice.
Yeah. been a long time. It's been a long time. I'm just blessed. Blessed with a great group of guys, a great city, great coaching staff. It's awesome. It's a wow.
Drew, when did you even know you were going to be playing tonight?
Oh, there's a long story going into that one. But I kept the mentality that I was going to play, regardless of what was going on, how people were looking and whatnot. I was just like, you know what, you're going to go out there and play. So just be ready to play. Found out when we got here that I was going to get the nod and roll the dice, baby. Let's go.
Take us back to the touchdown pass to Jackson. Just what was the play call? Take me through.
Yeah. I mean, I'll remember that play call for the rest of my life. But we're breaking the huddle. I knew Jax had the one-on-one. Good reminder from Shane in the headset. I said, hey, Jax, if you're one-on-one, I'm throwing you this pill. Sure enough. Gave us a one-on-one look. Corner was soft. Jax hit him with some speed. Back pylon, back box throw. Came down with it.
Again, Drew, we can see the emotion on your face. We can hear it in your voice. Can you just describe what you're feeling in your heart right now?
Yeah. It's so hard. It's so hard to describe the feeling of, not playing for so long, or at least what feels like a really long time to me. And then you sit there, you watch games, you wonder, can I do this still? I haven't been out there on the field. That's the human nature of it. You get back out there last week, I'm like, you know what? I'm the man still. I can go do this. And then you got another test this week where I didn't know if I was going to play or not. Sure enough, ended up playing. We're playing the Eagles tonight. And the boys around me rallied tonight. And it just, gosh, it feels so good. It feels so good. I'm so proud of everybody.
That was awesome, dude. It really was. Being a Seahawks fan as long as I've been, it's great to see when something like that happens, And I don't know if you like him or not. I mean, he didn't do well in Denver. I don't know if you like the kid or not. What do you think of Drew Lock? What do you think of him?
Yeah, I'm over him.
Yeah, you're over him. Well, it was a fun thing to watch for me. I enjoyed the hell out of it, man. But anyway,
in a game that Joe did not think they could win.
No, I didn't. I thought we were going to lose it. I mean, we were on a 4-game skid.
Season's over.
Not going for the start, and he basically saved our season, man. And I think that's why they're starting him today against Tennessee. I really do.
Really?
But we'll get into that.
I thought I saw Gino was starting.
Is Gino going? Okay. Somebody told me that they were Drew Lock.
Yeah, no, Gino even showed. Yeah, well, I mean, I could be wrong, but it's showing. Right now.
No, I'm good. I'm good either way. But it was just cool to watch, man. It was really cool. But anyway, okay, so we got some stuff to talk about. We got a few games to talk about that happened between now and then. Let's see. Where are they? They should be right up top, shouldn't they? Let's see. Where are they? Hang on a second. Let me change my look at this thing. Bear with me, guys. I'm not seeing everything I should see here. Week 16. Where are my scores for the games that have already been played? Okay, here they are. Okay, so I had to change it real quick, the way I was sharing it. Let's see. Well, hell, it won't let me. Come on, sucker. It still won't let me do what I want to do with it. Hang on.
Yeah, put me in, coach.
Oh, you got me? Okay. Struggling here. Okay, so we had New Orleans at the Los Angeles Rams on Thursday night, and just more cannon fodder for my brother wanting Allen's head on a pike. Some of the decisions in that game, just very strange. He went for it on a couple of fourth downs I didn't think he needed to be going for it on. And then what was the onside kick? What was that? What I don't.
Yeah, with over 3 minutes to go.
Come on, man.
And you had a couple timeouts.
Yeah.
I didn't see the defense was doing okay.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know because the Rams were doing pretty good offensively and running the ball. So who knows? But you definitely would have had a better chance than what you did not getting the onside kick. So I definitely did not agree with that one. That was probably, and they were coming back. They had the momentum.
Yes, they did.
They scored quick. and good on them, because it was a pretty lopsided game up to that point, and then they right there. But that was not not if it was like less than 2 minutes, I could see it, right? But you said 2 timeouts, you had the 2-minute warning still. They could have easily gotten the ball back. If they stopped them, they could have easily gotten them with 2 minutes left, at least, around there. So, with plenty of time to go down and score again. So, still would have been a long shot, but definitely better than onside kicking, and them only needed, 5 yards.
No doubt.
10 yards to close the game out.
And I was talking about with my dad this morning. Every time we go into the playoff season, there's always a team that hits its stride right at the right time. And, in the AFC, the only people rooting for the Bills to get into the playoffs is the Buffalo Bills fans, because nobody wants to see that team right now. I agree. Nobody wants to see that team right now. And in the NFC, it's the Rams. I don't think anybody wants to play the Rams right now. No, I don't even think the 49ers want to see those guys. Because that of all the teams that could seriously hurt the 49ers, it's that team that could actually get them. You know what I mean? Because they know them so well. So, that's 2 teams that seem to be juggernauts coming down the stretch here. I know you're pulling against the Buffalo in every game, but it's tough.
Well, I need them to win at least one, lose at least one, so that we can, because we have the tiebreaker over them. So, but, I mean, at this point, does the tiebreaker really matter?
That's the thing. They can't afford to lose a game. They can't.
That was they showed the graphic yesterday between the Browns, the Colts, and the Bills. If they win out, they're in, because the Colts and the Texans play each other. So Texans wasn't on that list.
Yeah.
Right. Either the something like that.
Boy, the South. We got to talk about that too. We got a log jam.
The Bills need to win out. They have 2 more games left. If they win, they're in. So that's it. If not, then that log jam is awesome.
Yeah, big time. Okay, this next one I did not see coming at all.
No.
The Pittsburgh Steelers were on a skid. Jake Browning was looking like the second coming of Joe Burrow, and
with his hot girlfriend,
right?
Everything, and
his hot girlfriend and everything, right? Yeah. And then I get a text from my brother. I don't want to misquote him. I believe what he said was, bro, the Bengals are curb stomping, are getting curb stomped, is what he said. They're getting curb stomped, and I had to read it again. I was like, what? By Pittsburgh? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Sure enough.
24-0 at one point.
I was at work. I didn't see it. I heard he threw a lot of picks. Was TJ Watt up his ass half the game?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he got a couple of sacks. At least 2 that I saw.
So that weak front line was finally exposed again, huh?
Definitely.
Yeah. Oh, man.
It was. I didn't actually watch a whole lot of this game because I didn't expect much of it. But then I saw the Steelers going up, and I was like, man, where did this come from? And then it's like, man. Because they showed a graphic of the difference in the team after Canada was fired, and it's like, God, it's
horrible, right?
I mean, and I think they got 400 yards in this one as well, and like the 2 teams that they got 400 on were the Bengals. So it's like,
isn't it amazing what happens when you get Pickens the ball, though? Randy Moss, he
got trashed all this week too. Wow. Because you knew he was feeling it.
Yeah, because of that block clip, right, where he just stood there against the Colts.
And then you get another Jim. I gotta see if I can find it. Where Warren just laid a guy out.
Yes, saw that. I saw that one. Yes. Yeah, he did. He nuked that guy when
Google already knows what I want. Come on.
Yeah, but
there it is. All right, let me get this going and all.
Sure. But didn't see this coming at all. The Bengals were the ones on the roll. The friggin' Steelers were the ones on the ropes. Looks like the Steelers are going to try and. Looks like the Steelers are going to try and keep it going, man. Yeah, look at that shit. I mean, he blew him up. And that's the same guy that was just standing there last week in the Colts game. Wasn't even trying to.
No. Right? That's Warren throwing a block.
Oh, okay.
That's the running back that didn't get blocked by Pickens or for Pickens.
That's right. That's right.
So Warren's like, he'll block for somebody.
Yep. whammo, blew him out of his cleats. That was great, dude. Love it. But yeah, didn't see this
He
coming
would
at
have if they
all.
weren't taped to his legs.
Right?
Good win. They needed that
Yeah.
one, and I'm glad. I was happy because the
I'm
Bengals,
sure you are. Yeah. You need
Let's
one of
get
them
more
slots,
view.
right?
If the Broncos win tonight against the Pat, they play Sunday night. God, what a dumb game. But I don't know how they didn't get flexed out of that one. But I'm hoping we pull it off.
You should. You should. New England
We
ain't got shit.
should.
Uh-oh.
But this offense does not inspire confidence for me. So
This thing always does that when I'm trying to do something. It starts the video and blows me up. Okay, so the last one we got to talk about is that one that we've already touched on, the Bills and the Chargers. Oh my gosh, man.
more time of possession, more yards, won the turnover battle, and still can't win. I mean, that is the Chargers.
That's the Chargers for you. Yep, that's them.
Six that didn't do too bad in this game. Johnston showed up. My awesome wide receiver. He's taking a lot of flack this season, but of course they had another onside or offsides wide receiver. He had a big play, but it was called off, and the announcers are like, "Look, could you show Johnston?" I don't know if you saw the replay of that play.
No,
but he was offside. They called him. He was off the ball, and he was waving back. He was looking at the ref, and the ref was like, "Look, this is the line. You need to get on the line." And Johnston was waving him off, waving him back. And he's like, "I'm off the line." And again, you can clearly see the ref going, "Dude, the line's right here. You need to get on." And he didn't. So Johnson twice waved him off, did the play, and they got flagged for it. And he's like, "Dude, what can you do?" He's like, "Dude, I'm telling you, the ref's telling him you need to move up."
Yeah, he's assisting you. He's telling you back the fuck up.
And he's a rookie, he'll learn. But and then he got the big play, but the penalty cost him. That was a huge play for them. And no,
that's the Chargers.
Can only do so much.
Yeah, it's hell trying to root for a team you don't really want to root for, isn't it? Sucks.
Well, I mean, I had no fear from the Chargers, really, so because this did eliminate.
Yeah, but it would have helped you out if the Bills had
no, I was definitely rooting for the Bills to lose, and I almost had it, but no, just couldn't pull it off.
It's a damn shame, man. It's a damn shame.
And of course, once again, Alan screws me this week because Kincaid got 1 point in fantasy. Diggs has hardly done shit, and Diggs is like 10 games or like 8 games now without 100 yards. So it's like, dude, man. So I pretty much have given up on this week in fantasy already. So probably won't hear as much screaming from me.
Well, haven't you guys? You haven't hit your championship games?
No, this
yet?
is semifinals this week and then championship next week.
Okay, all right.
But I've pretty much lost mine because Kincaid didn't do. He got 1 point. Who did I have Sunday night? That didn't, I can't remember, but then I had Diggs who got like 10 points, and my opponent hasn't really played anybody yet, so he's got like Tariq Hill and Tua and stuff like that, so I'm screwed. But you never know. But yeah,
I hear you, man.
I made it this far. I'm happy with how I did this year. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good, man. Well, that's it for the games that we've already had played. Now we got to get into the schedule for this week. And the first one is the Colts versus the Atlanta Falcons. I know the Falcons are the home team, but I'm going Colts. There's a log jam at the top of the South. Minshew Magic is working. And I don't trust Atlanta's quarterback as far as you can throw him. And I don't even know. Have they pulled that kid yet?
I think Heineke's playing in this one.
Heineke's going. Well, Heineke likes to throw interceptions too, so
it's true. But he has a little bit of magic in him too.
He does. I know he did well for the Commandos.
It looks like Heineke's starting. Yep.
Yeah. Well, that gives them a better chance. If they get their running game going, it's just I don't know the Colts.
Now Moss is out of this game, the running back, and then but Taylor is back from his thumb injury. Surgery. So
there you go. That's the matchup, isn't it? Which one of those running backs does better, Bijan Robinson or Taylor?
Taylor.
Really, that's going to dictate who wins the game, I think. And
And Pittman Jr. for the Colts is out as well. That was a big blow. So that's a huge start.
That hurts.
So
yeah,
they're kind of beat up a little bit, the Colts at the moment. So
yeah, but man, they're scrappers, dude.
That means that makes it even more prudent for Taylor to have a good day. So
who knew that the South was going to have such a logjam at the top of it, man? It sure looked like it was Jacksonville's division to lose, and then all of a sudden, the rookie of the year started winning, and Minshew Magic come off the bench and started winning, and wow, what the hell, man? We got a fight coming down the stretch. They're all 8-6. They're all 8-6. Every last one of them.
I need them all to lose.
Yeah, right. They all need to lose.
Everyone lose.
Everyone lose. Damn it. Okay, I know you're a big Atlanta Falcons fan. Who do you like in this game? I like the road team.
I'm leaning the Colts. Yeah, I'm leaning Colts. Definitely rooting for Falcons, but I like the Colts a little bit. But they are banged up. That's the tough thing. With Heineke coming back, I can't trust Heineke that much. I definitely trust Minshew more than Heineke. So if
Heineke had more time under center for this team and knew the team a little better, I might give him a chance. But
my biggest thing is they have some players with the Falcons. They got
Atlanta's got a talented team.
Kyle Pitts. They got London Drake. I think his name is
another one of those teams that's handcuffed at the quarterback position. Man, they are. That's just all there is to it.
We'll see with this one. Definitely rooting for the Birds. Yeah, the Dirty Birds.
Yeah, for sure. But I like the Colts in this one. Okay, next we got the Green Bay Packers at the Carolina Panthers. Wow, I am a big Panthers fan today. Big Panthers fan. Keep the damn Packers out of that window. Damn it.
Look at that number 3 defense, though. What is that?
Yeah, I know. That's
what
crazy,
isn't it? For a defense, and what's most impressive about that is the 30th offense.
Yeah.
That means that defense is on the field a lot.
All the time, and they're number 3.
That is very impressive.
Now, I wonder how much of that is strength of schedule, because, they're our last place team. They're probably not playing the cream of the crop every week. But in their divisions, the South is having a down year, no doubt about it. But, still, number 3 defense, that's pretty fucking impressive, man, especially with how much they're on the field. That's pretty good. But I'm a big Panthers fan, but I don't think they're going to win. I think the Packers are going to win this one. I think the Packers get healthy this week. And they're coming off a loss.
It's a must-win for them, too. Yes.
Yeah, they're coming off a loss that they did not expect to have. And, I think
I'm thinking Packers as well. But, you never know.
Oh, dude, I'm pulling for the Panthers. Trust me. I'm pulling for them big time. I'm going to see this game today, and I can't wait to see it, actually.
Man.
The Cleveland Browns versus the Houston Texans.
I'm actually rooting for the Browns in this one.
So am I, man.
I don't think we can catch them. So if they can pull that one out, I think.
Right?
I think. I don't know if they would clinch if they win this one, but they would be pretty damn close. The Browns? Yeah.
Clinch a playoff berth, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends on how many 18. I don't know. I'm imagining.
We'll look at that at the end.
There's a lot of. I wonder. I'll look that up and see what scenarios we have this week.
Oh, don't forget to pull up your playoff simulator too. Anyway, the Cleveland Browns, the Flacco Sans is real, boys and girls, especially with that number 1 defense behind him. He threw 3 picks last week and won the game. But that pass he threw late to get them deep in enemy territory, that window was tight he threw into, and he just nailed it, man. Hit that guy in stride. Was that Cooper he hit with that ball? Was it Amari Cooper he hit? There was a window with there was a safety over the top. There was 2 guys bracketed on either side going for that ball. And he just hit Cooper in stride, dude, right in that window. And he just took it up the sideline, man. It was cool. I loved it. And I still think, I don't know what Cleveland fans must be thinking at this point. They must be in the middle of it must feel like a fever dream to them, because this guy played for the team that they can't stand, the Baltimore Ravens, for how many years, and now he's chucking a rock for them and winning. I just think it's hilarious, the irony of it, you know. But Case Keenum won last week. Was it Tennessee they beat last week? Is that who they beat last week? I'm trying to remember. It was a game that I think I'll have to look on my phone and see who did they play last week. Do you remember?
No, I'm looking up this machine
Let's
right now.
see. Hang on. Bear with me. I think it was the Tennessee game. Yeah, they were wearing the Oilers uniforms. Yeah, they were wearing the Oilers uniforms at home against Houston, and Case Keenum won the game for them. Yeah, that's what it was. And so Case Keenum, I mean, he's not a Superman, but he's definitely effective, you know. And he's going to be starting today because Stroud is still in concussion protocol. He's not dressing for the game, so I don't know who the emergency quarterback is, but Case Keenum's a gamer. I don't think that.
Right, David Mills.
Yeah, that's probably. I think his name's Davis Mills, isn't it? Isn't his first name Davis? But yeah, man. I don't know. They got a lot of moxie, but I'm pulling for Cleveland. And I think Cleveland's going to win this one on the road. What do you think? You think Houston's going to win, or you? I know you're pulling for Cleveland, but do you think they're going to win?
Cleveland, yeah, I think Cleveland can win this one. Texans are kind of beat up at wide receiver at the moment.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what's next here. Oh man! Now, if Minnesota had won some more games, this would have a lot of relevance. But right now, I mean, Minnesota's trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. I don't think they have much of a playoff hope, though. And Detroit should go in there and win this game. They're still trying to, keep their seeding, high and everything. Although they really
they clinched the North if they win this game, and
right. Mm-hmm.
Minnesota playing, they played 2 more times. They haven't played yet this season, so if they need Detroit to lose out, obviously, and they need to win out, but they can still win the division.
Yes, they could. Division's still up in the air. Yep, absolutely. But I think Detroit handles their business, though. I just don't.
At least one of the times.
Yeah, if it's not this one, will be the next one at home. But yeah, man, that's going to be an interesting game to watch. Next one, oh my God. Yes, I get more grief about ragging on the Jets, but actually, guess what, boys and girls? I'm not going to rag on the Jets today. I think they actually win today. They've been so up and down. Last week they were down. This week I think they'll be up, and I think they'll win at home today. I think they will hold serve versus the hapless Commandos. That poor guy that's playing quarterback for the Commandos, man. I feel bad for him. What's his name? I'm sure you.
Howell.
Yeah, Howell. Yeah,
Sam Howell.
Yeah, I like him. It's just wow, they can't protect him worth a shit. He is getting crushed this year. I don't know how he's still on 2 feet, dude. That guy's got to be tough because he gets beat up every game.
Yeah, Zach Wilson's out in this game, so I can't remember who their third string is.
I don't either. But with the defense,
I can look it up right here.
I think with the defense they have, they're going to get some turnovers.
Oh, Trevor Siemian.
Trevor Siemian?
Man, yep.
What is it with every other team having a Denver Broncos quarterback on it? What the fuck?
Hey, man, we've tried a lot. That's why. It hasn't been successful since Manning left, last 8 years.
Yeah.
So
true.
We have a lot of quarterbacks we've gone through.
Yeah, you do. I'm glad to have the one you gave us, man.
Really look what the Browns have. They have Flacco. Guess where Flacco played? He played in Denver.
Right? In Denver.
But look at Drew Lock. What did Drew Lock do? He played in Denver.
Exactly. I just said I'm glad to have the one we've got. Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, I think the Jets will win this one. Their defense is just top notch, man. They're going to get some turnovers.
Special teams and defense will probably get this one for the Jets.
Yep. Absolutely. I think that's the way to go for that one. And then we've got my boys going across the country to play Tennessee at home, and Tennessee playing tough, but they just can't seem to pull it down at the end. And I think you said Geno's going, right? Let's see.
Yeah,
They don't have
that was as of a day ago.
Okay. So Geno's going to start for this one. I don't think it matters who starts for this one. I think our guys, we've finished Murderer's Row, and we actually got a win out of one of those 5. I mean, dude, we started with the Rams. I told you we were going to lose to them. I knew we were going to lose to them. Then we played San Francisco twice, bracketed around Dallas. And the one we came the closest to winning was the Dallas game, you know? And then the Eagles came in, and they were, they've fallen on hard times, and we got them. So I think they've got the confidence now. They're gonna go ahead. I think we went out and we get in the playoffs because this is probably the toughest game we've got down the stretch.
I don't know who you pass up though between because
that's the thing. I need some help. Yes,
absolutely. And then you still got the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're more looking like the division, but you definitely have a shot at that last spot. I would say.
Yeah, definitely. If we win out, we're going to need some help, but I think we can get in.
But do not overlook the Titans.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I love Vrabel. Yeah. They're tough. They will go through a wall for that guy. I really think that the Patriots need to talk to the Tennessee Titans about getting him back in the house. If they're really going to unass Bill Belichick, I think he'd be a perfect fit for them. But he's doing his thing in Tennessee. If I know Vrabel, he probably wants to stay there and win there. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a really good game, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it ends up. And that's in the noon window. Let's see. To start our afternoon window, we've got Jacksonville, the battle for Florida. Jacksonville Jaguars at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, I was watching
the
surging Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
That offense is clicking.
Yeah. And what's funny about it is if you look at Brady's numbers last season and Baker's numbers this season, he's doing great. He had a perfect rating last week. What is it, 153.8 or some shit like that? Whatever the perfect thing is.
Yeah, 154.3,
he had it,
something like that, yeah.
He's thrown 24 touchdowns this year and 8 picks. It's almost right on par with Brady's numbers last year. So they haven't lost anything at the quarterback position. And he's saying that, last couple of years he's been playing hurt, and he's not hurt right now, and he feels great. And it's showing, man. I love Baker. I'm a Boomer Sooner, and I love me some Baker Mayfield, man. I told you he was going to go up there and plant a flag. I told you. He planted that flag last week.
He did.
And I think he's going to hold serve at home today. The Jaguars just look like they're in a fucking tailspin to me. What is up with their trigger man? Did you see that fumble he had when nobody touched him?
Yeah, he's cleared to play. So he'll be here. He'll be playing this game. But definitely not striking a lot of confidence. I'm definitely rooting for the Bucs. This will help us in every way.
Yeah.
Outside of it not being a conference game, this will help us just overall. And
right.
Yeah, and then it'll give the Colts a chance to take over.
Right.
So very, very interesting game, this one. You said it earlier. It was the Jags division to lose. And
it was, and they're losing it. They are losing it. Yeah. It's insane, man. It's insane. What I dig is we've got such a glut of these 7-7, 8-6 teams that all of these games matter. I mean, you can't tell me Cleveland's going to have a tough time with Houston today. They're going to have a tough time with them because Houston wants to keep pace with Jacksonville, with the Colts. Yeah,
the Texans, they escaped one last week. They really did.
They did. Case Keenum got them out of it. Yeah, because. I mean, Tennessee was giving them all they could handle, man. So it's going to be interesting. But I think the Bucs, they look good to me. They really do. And with the Saints losing, they're going to really want to win this and get some separation on that front. No doubt about that. I'm picking Tampa Bay in this one for sure.
Yeah, I think the Jags are on a downslope. I mean, if they win this game, that'll be huge.
It would be huge
It
for
would
them.
be over a really decent team. I think it would be a big morale. It would definitely carry them, but if they lose this one, man, I don't know. I can't.
I'd
Obviously
probably give
can't
them
see
the
this.
edge if they were in Jacksonville, but they're not.
No.
They're at the pirate ship, baby. Yeah, Baker's going to want. Baker lives
Well,
at the
it's
stadium.
not hard to imagine their fans traveling though to Tampa.
No, not at all. It's just across the state. It's no big deal. They're going to be there. Yeah, no doubt. But I think it's Tampa.
I'm leaning towards Tampa myself as well.
And a guy you loved forever, I'm going with him today. I'm going with Fields against. Is the Dwarf even playing for Arizona?
I believe so. Yeah, he's still there. Yeah, he's still.
What I mean is, I had heard he got hurt last week. Is he,
oh, did he? I didn't hear about that, but I
injury.
believe so. Let me confirm that at least.
Yeah, check that out on your injury report. But I just give Fields.
It shows Kyler Murray, so yeah.
Okay, all right, okay, so yeah. Well,
at least right now, it looks like he is.
That'll be an interesting game. But I think the Bears have enough defense.
But this game doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. They're playing for pride more than anything.
Draft position.
Yeah. But Justin Fields seems to be getting his legs under him here in the second half of the season. He's looking better. They've got some wins under the belt now. I think they'll hold serve at home. Let's see. Big one this afternoon that me and the wife will be watching. The Dallas Cowboys at the Miami Dolphins in the Who Have They Beaten Bowl. Wow. Wow. Cowboys definitely chinks in the armor on the road.
And they're on the road.
The Dolphins, they're tough at home, man.
Yeah.
Hill's playing. He's still nicked up, but he's playing. They looked good without him last week, though. He started feeding Waddle, and Waddle was tearing people up, man. People forget how fast Waddle is,
You got a Connie back, and you got Moser. I sent you that graphic, right?
Yep.
The between McCaffrey and Mostert versus the Steelers offense and what was it? Let me see. I'm gonna look it up real quick on my.
Sure.
Pretty sure I sent that to you.
But yeah, look, I'm all about the Dolphins today. I mean, yes, Dak Prescott and the Cowboys coming off a loss, they're going to be dangerous. They want to win, but it always seems to me when the Cowboys are pressing, that's when they fuck up. When they really need it, they really can't come up with it. But you never know. You never know what's going to happen. I'm picking Miami in this one, though.
It was a graphic. The TDs scored. It had Christian McCaffrey and Mostert at 20.
Yeah.
The Steelers offense at 20. Giants offense at 18. Panthers at 16 and Jets at 13.
Yeah, you texted me that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's amazing, man. Yeah,
but this game, oh man, this is a huge game for both of these teams because they're both trying to. Well, I mean, I think first place is out of the talks for Dallas, but they're still trying to get the division. So
yeah, and the Dolphins are trying to hold serve for the 1 seed in case Baltimore falters.
And oh man, we're going to talk about that game here in a second too.
Yeah, we are. That's the game of the week, brother. That could be. You want to talk about a Super Bowl preview? That could be it right there.
Well, I was going to say that for this one too. Potentially, potentially. If you're a Cowboys fan, you believe that this is a potential Super Bowl
yes, sir.
playoff game right here.
It's a big game, no doubt about it.
Yep. We have some great games next couple days.
Yeah.
So
I mean, let me tell you my thinking on why I give them the edge. They made a clear and conscious effort to get Tua, because of his concussions, to make him get rid of the ball faster this year. That can only help against a pass rusher like Parsons. That can only help. You know what I mean? So, and they've been playing that way all year. He's getting rid of the ball in less than 3 seconds a lot of the time. So, I really feel like if they run, well, first of all, Miami, if you haven't seen it yet, run right at Parsons because he's going to run right past your running back. Okay, run right at that dude when you do run out of the backfield, and get that ball out quick. And I just feel like it's Miami's game to lose. You know what I mean? But just depends on. It really depends on what team shows up for the Cowboys on offense. Really, you know. If Dak comes out there throwing balls high, great for the Miami Dolphins. They'll get picks all day.
I feel like it's the same for the Dolphins too. Who
it's true.
shows up? I mean, this is such a wild card game.
That's why, I mean, that's why they say about these two teams, who have they beaten? When they play teams.
And then and who wins this? Are they going to get the credit? Like, oh, you
right? Are they going to get credit? Or,
like, it's still not going to get credit for it. Like, this is
right.
a no-win for
It's a war of attrition, right?
The Dolphins won't get respect until they beat the Ravens next week. So that'll
right.
be there.
Now that game right there is something else too. Yeah, the Ravens got murdered row down the stretch.
Oh
yeah, it's ridiculous.
And they have the Steelers. The Steelers are like with Rudolph are amazing all of a sudden.
Yes,
week wonders. But
I told you at the beginning of the season, if you're not watching the AFC North, you're missing a whole lot because wow.
And that's what I'm saying. If the Ravens can win out, if Ravens can clinch that number 1 seed, they're the best team, AFC wise, going into the playoffs. That's my opinion.
But can Lamar Jackson? Here's the thing: can Lamar Jackson win a playoff game? He hasn't proven he can yet. So shit.
I'm just saying they would have earned their spot and see how good they would do.
That's all. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, so this is going to be a fun one to watch this afternoon. It's the best one in the afternoon.
This is really tough to pick for me. I'll go ahead with the Dolphins, just
because of the home team, right? That's about all you can do, really.
If this was Dallas, I would absolutely pick Dallas.
Oh, dude, if they're in Dallas, I'm picking Dallas all day long. Yes, in the friendly confines, I've seen them live.
I'm curious if there's any I'm curious at how the field is right now. I'm wondering. I don't know if it's raining there or anything like that. The more elements, the more I lead towards the Dolphins. Just
right.
Dallas outside the stadium.
Well, just it being on grass is going to slow down the Dallas Cowboys. I'll tell you that right now. Last week when they played in Buffalo, that's actually on turf. Buffalo doesn't have grass. That's turf. So they shouldn't have been slowed down at all. And you saw what happened. Now they're playing on grass this week. That's going to slow them down a little bit. That's why I give the edge to the Miami Dolphins. The friendly confines,
Well, I guess at Jerry's World, what they do in the guest locker room is they lower the oxygen so that they're not as ready when they come on the field, and that's my conspiracy hat on
giving them the Mile High treatment. Is that what they're doing? Okay, yeah. All right.
There's not even a rumor about that.
Speaking of Mile High, we've got my second favorite team in the NFL, who is on a down year.
I'm really worried about this one.
The Denver Broncos. Of course it's in Denver.
Prime time, man. Why is it got to be prime? Why is this a prime time? How is the Cowboys and Dolphins games not flexible?
You're off tomorrow. Don't worry about it.
I don't get it. I don't get why this is not flex. I'm not worried about that. I'm obviously gonna stay up for it. But why is this prime time? This has no business being a prime time game. The last place wild card potential versus the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't get this one at all.
Well, I got to tell you, man. Sorry about that, guys. I was checking on the broadcast and I forgot I was broadcasting. It's well, I mean, this is kind of a rivalry game. It used to be anyway.
It used to be, but this one had plenty of time to be flexed out. I don't know why they didn't. So if there was ever a game to flex out, this
I don't think they're flexing during the holidays because they know everybody's home, dude. I
still think they should have did the Dolphins and Cowboys game in this slot.
Yeah, you think they should have put the Cowboys Dolphins game in this slot?
That would have been pure prime.
Out of all the games today, you're right. That is the best matchup.
Someone paid somebody to keep this game here. That's all I can think of.
Well, hey, look. Let me tell you something. Russell Wilson likes to show up in primetime, buddy. So, hey.
I hope so, because we need this win.
I know you do.
If this is a loss, that's it.
That's it. You're not going to make it. Yeah, for sure. But I
knew we were going to lose last week, but this one your
defense is still I mean, that number's skewed drastically by that Miami game, but
The Lions
they're
game
not.
didn't help either.
Yeah. Now our the New England defense is
That's what's worrying me.
they're pretty good.
It's a
They're pretty
legit
good
defense.
on a bad
But
football year for the Patriots.
again,
They've
that's
got
the
a good defense.
same as the Panthers. Somewhat,
Yep.
offense is off the field a lot, defense is on the field a lot, and they're still at top 10. Like that's
Yep.
that's really good.
Yeah, it is.
That's really good.
Yep. What does Tommy say here? He says, my daughter married into a Cowboys family. They were deflated last week for sure. Yeah, I know they were.
Oh,
man.
speaking of deflated, I kept
Yeah.
seeing the reports of the Chiefs game, and their balls were deflated. They were talking about how they were under aired or whatever, underflated.
Whatever. Whatever. That's just people crying the blues because they lost. I don't want to hear about the bullshit. They did the same thing to the Patriots years ago. Anyway, look, I like the way you guys are playing in the second half of the season. He's laughing. Tommy's laughing at it. But yeah, I like the way they're playing in the second half of the season. I don't know if Russell and Sean Payton are ever going to get things going there, but man, I sure wish they would, because I got a soft spot for Russ because he got us a Super Bowl, and but hey, I think you've got way more offense than the Patriots, because their offense sucks, bro. They are bad. It's really bad there. About the best player on that team is 37. What's his name? Jackson, the running back.
Stevenson.
There's Stevenson. That's it. Yeah, Stevenson. He's the best player on the offense, and all they do is load the box against him. He can't get any yards, So Bailey Zappi's going to throw it to your defense.
We're not good against the run, though. We are awful against the run.
Yeah, but still, you guys they'll find a way to shut those guys down.
We did. Well, one thing we didn't have last week that we had during our win streak was turnovers, and that's what we need turnovers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's the only way we win is if we.
That's it. You got to get those turnovers, no doubt. I like your guys at home in this game, though. Patriots going across country to you guys. I just don't. I don't see it. I think my brother's right about Belichick, that guys are checking out on him. You know what I mean? The defense isn't. I mean, the defensive side worships Belichick, but yeah, they've got that moron from the Houston Texans. He brought him back in for the offense. And
O'Brien?
Yes. Good God.
Yeah. Why didn't they just pick up McDaniels? He's available.
Yeah. Dude, he was fired. Why can't you just pick him up? You'd be rolling again, right? Shit.
Yeah, it fixed everything.
That's stupid, man. Stupid. What's Tommy talking about? I just had a hernia operation. Laughing is a double-edged sword, but I will take the laugh. I'm sorry, man. We like to laugh around here. But yeah, I don't believe in our offense, man. I think you guys got this one. What do you think? I know you're worried about the defense and everything.
It's going to be close. Like I always say, we're allergic to getting ahead. So
yeah, you guys don't like to get double-digit leads at all.
We don't. We like to keep the other team in it until the end of the game. We hardly ever get blowouts of any kind.
Well, I'll be watching this one, and I'll be texting you during it, no doubt.
I'm sure I'll be texting too.
Yeah,
cursing away.
Yeah, dude, my man, Knock. He's a curmudgeon. He hates it. He hates it. Drives him nuts.
It was Manning, man. Manning spoiled me. There was games with Peyton Manning where they would never even get to third down.
Yeah, I know.
It was just bang, bang, bang. Like that season where they lost to the Seahawks. That was one of the best offensive.
Oh, dude! Offensively, one of the best seasons he ever had. Man.
He had 55 touchdowns, and it was, he took a lot of steroids. And
what's so funny is when you came back 2 years later and won the Super Bowl, he could barely throw the football. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, he was literally
just carried your ass all the way.
He was the field marshal. That was it. That was his one duty.
Just don't give it to the other team, and we're all right.
Occasionally to the tight end. because at that point, Demaryius Thomas and Sanders were kind of just afterthoughts in the offense.
Right.
They made the occasional play, but it was mainly Jacob Tammy, I think his name was, and Dresden, and that was it. And then
but it was Von Miller in that defense that fucking
it was and they turnovers, the air raid defense just so good.
Yeah, it's funny, guys. If you really look at it, John Elway watched that Super Bowl against the Seahawks. He goes, you know what? We're going to build a defense like that. Fuck it.
And he went and got the,
and he went and got the free agents and everything. And 2 years later, they were stomping ass. It was ridiculous.
Yep.
Oh, man. Okay. So I am pulling for your Broncos tonight.
Me too.
I'm pretty sure they should be able to pull it out as long as they don't get stupid. They should be fine. Bailey Zappe's going to give it to you. He's going to give it to you, man. Okay. So
I'm
just catch it. When he throws
anytime I see Russell Wilson start to run to the sideline, that's when I get worried. If he runs up the middle, when he runs up the middle, he's fine because he's usually, getting.
That's it. That's all he should do now. I'm with you on that 100%. He should never run side to side because he thinks this is the problem. He thinks, and let me go full screen so I can make you guys understand that he thinks he's 20 still, and he's not. He does not have that speed anymore. But he's still a thick guy, and he can still move a little bit. So when the Red Sea parts, go, man, go. You know. But when you start getting pressure here and there, just step up in the pocket. If you got to eat it. Just man, don't run out of the pocket
and
to
he
your
does
left
that enough
or
too.
your right because you're going to get tracked down, man. They've been tracking him down all year. So yeah, I'm with you on that one. Absolutely. Okay, so Christmas Day, we have a full slate of games. We got another 9 hours of football, and you get to watch all of them, boys and girls.
I won't get to watch the whole
the first one is out of our guy Knox division. It is the Las Vegas Raiders, who have been playing well for their new head coach, against the Kansas City Chiefs.
63 to whatever. Yeah, that's playing.
Well, they fucking stomped the shit out of San Diego last week, man. But I was appreciative. I hate the Raiders, but I was like, yes, get Brandon Stokely run out of town on a rail. I like it a lot.
It's so funny how the one game can't help how bad their offense has been when they scored 63 points and they're still 29th.
Right. Admiral Teague, let me tell you something, buddy. You need to tune in a little sooner. I'm not anti-Jets. I actually picked them against the Commandos today. So get you some, sir. Go back and watch the replay.
Yeah, we picked the Jets.
We both picked the Jets today. Thank you very much.
How dare you?
The Jets will easily best the Commandos. Yes, they will. That's right.
Well. If it isn't anti-watch Teague, well, there you go.
That's it. Exactly. But yeah, thank you, Raiders. Now you can go right back to losing.
I'm rooting for the Raiders in this one just because I want to see a playoffs where the Chiefs aren't the number one seed. So I want to see them travel and see how good they do then. So I'm absolutely rooting for the Miami or the Ravens.
The Ravens,
So
and I think they're going to hold serve. I think they're going to. Yeah, the Raiders could jump up and bite this team. It's a division game. You never know. I mean, especially coming off that trouncing of the Chargers. But hey, that's the Chargers without their trigger man. I mean, can't really hang your hat on that one too much. But yeah, man, if they can, hey. I don't think Kadarius Toney's going to start catching the ball out of nowhere. Okay, I just don't think it's going to happen. And if things go the way they've been going all year, there's going to be some hiccups in the receiving game, and they're going to have opportunities to get turnovers. So
I think Pachenko is still out, which is a pretty big blow for the Chiefs.
Yep. That's they'll have to hang their head on Edwards-Helaire, and
which plays really good, and they never play him. Which
I don't understand that.
Sense.
He's a tough little tank from LSU, and I don't understand why they don't play him more. Let's see. What's he saying? As of the end of the season, I'm done with
he's
London
a bandwagoner.
Jets, and I'm going to start seeing other teams. Go Ravens. Oh, listen to you. Stop it, Teague. Stop it.
Actually, no,
look. I pick another. If you're going to be a bandwagoner, I pick another team because the Ravens have not proven with Lamar that they can get out of the divisional round. Okay, so might want to rethink that.
Don't read his yet. Wait.
Okay, yeah, we'll hold that.
We're going to discuss that, Tommy.
Yeah, we got that. Okay,
you're getting ahead of us.
But could the Raiders beat them? Yeah, they can. I think the game plan for beating the Chiefs has been shown. Put a lid on Kelsey, double team his ass the whole damn game, and make the wide receivers beat you, especially with Pacheco out.
But apparently, I was just you're going on a little rant there. Pacheco is back.
Oh, he is back.
Okay, it looks like he is back. Yeah.
Okay. So. All right. Well,
definitely helps out.
That helps them out. Hearing that, I'll have to go Chiefs in this one. What do you think?
I mean, I obviously think the Chiefs are going to win. I'm just pulling for the Raiders because, like I said, I just want that scenario where the Chiefs don't even have a chance.
Right.
Because if they lose this one,
yeah, they're going to be too far behind.
And the Ravens and Dolphins, one of them win.
They're not going to be able to make it up.
Behind.
Yeah.
With 2 games to go.
Well, I say that. We'll talk about that in a minute. Hey, man, let me tell you something, Mr. Teague. My father is from Boston. It's a birthright with me, okay? Not picked his favorite team. I have been a Patriots fan since I was a child, okay? Matter of fact, my favorite uniform ever is the red uniform. So, never seen the kind of suffering I've endured. No, I haven't. Well, I did up until 2000 because the Patriots were that bad for a long time. You go a lifetime without winning and get back to me about that. Hey, I was a Seahawks fan. We went for 40 years without winning. Stop it. Okay.
I absolutely joined the Broncos bandwagon, but I stuck with them.
That's right.
Every
he has
year
never rooted for a different team.
Every year we were getting beat by Peyton Manning. And then we had the 2005 with Jake Plummer, and they got trounced on by the Steelers. That was our best shot. And then how about going to a Super Bowl with the number 1 offense and losing by 40 points
in spectacular
How about
fashion?
That?
Yeah.
How about that? At
That's
least getting to the game and then getting destroyed. How about that?
Okay,
that's more. Not even getting there.
You think it's the Chiefs, but you're pulling for the Raiders.
Yes.
Got it. This game right here. Now, look, if Philly loses another one.
I mean, this would be really hard to lose with
it
not
would
even
be.
Vito
I don't see them losing.
There's
this
no
game.
magic in this one for the Giants.
No. I don't think so. I think this is, the Eagles are done, much like us. They're done with their murderers row. And it's back to, I think, don't they play the Giants like twice in the next 3 weeks or some shit like that? And then Arizona. I mean, if they don't win out, they don't even need to.
I guess Tommy DeVito will be in it, but still, I don't.
I don't give him a chance. I just don't. Oh my God, Peyton Manning got whipped by Chad Pennington on the road and at home in 2 consecutive playoff years. Tell me again how he's any kind of threat.
Well, I mean, we had one of the best off seasons ever, and then he ended with a Super Bowl win. Might not have been his Super Bowl win, but it was still a Super Bowl win.
It was still a Super Bowl. Okay. So yeah, we're both on board with the Eagles on this one. I mean, the Giants can do it. They can. They've proven they can beat good teams, but I just the Eagles' backs are against the wall right now. They've lost 3 in a row. They're tired of losing. I think they're going to.
That would be a massive upset.
And what was interesting was what Hurts said last week at the podium. Did you see his press conference?
No, I don't.
He didn't say it loud and proud. He wasn't bitching, but it sure sounded like he said there's some guys in the locker room that are checked out. Basically, is what he said.
That must have what prompted that. I saw a bunch of articles this week with there's turmoil in the locker room. And Hurts' future is not for sure. It's like, dude, come on. All they got to do is win. All that goes away.
Yeah, winning cures all woes. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
They'll be fine.
Now, boys and girls, it's time to talk about The game of the weekend.
I won't even get to see the
Christmas
whole thing.
night.
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough not staying up to watch this one. I might have to try, but
You got to work the day
I gotta
after
work on
Christmas?
Tuesday. Yeah, I gotta work on
Oh my
Tuesday.
God, that
Yeah,
sucks.
everyone and their mom took that day off, so
You're
I
gonna
gotta
have
work.
to suck it up and watch this one, bro.
I might. We'll see how it's going at halftime. If it's a
Yeah, watch
blowout,
it to the half and see if it's
I
close.
can usually make it. We already discussed that. We go in order. If if it's at halftime, because I can usually watch a show up to halftime. So
Yeah. Well, all I know is this.
We'll see.
This is the immovable object running into the unstoppable force. The unstoppable force being the Ravens quarterback and his running game, and the fucking immovable object that is the 49ers. My God. Wow. If you're a football fan, how could you not be hyped for this game? This is going to be something.
They were even showing the Super Bowl game this last week.
Were they?
Yeah, the Baltimore and 49ers playoff game or Super Bowl.
I didn't even give the Niners a chance in that game because of their trigger man. I was like, no, they're not going to be able to do it. But this, however, wow. I mean, what can you say, man? You got one of the best defenses in the league versus one of the best offenses in the league, both ways. I mean, look at those numbers.
And you have a top 10 offenses versus a top
against
10
the ninth defense, and it's number 2 versus number 2 the other way around. What the fuck, man?
I think it's gonna. God, you can say this for both teams. Obviously, can Lamar Jackson stay up, and can the 49ers, not lose players?
Yeah, that's it.
McCaffrey and Debo are out, like they're stunted, like no tomorrow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
So
when one of those guys is out, their production gets.
But you know who's going to have a big game? Who's my X factor in this one?
Kittle.
Ayuk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go.
Even more than Kittle. Yep.
Kittle, we haven't heard much from this year.
He's had a good season. Like
he
quietly,
has,
he gets at least one touchdown, but
he's not as dominant as he has been in the past few years.
Well, no, I think he's been just as good. He's just been overshadowed by McCaffrey, who's playing MVP caliber. So it's just. I think Kittle's been as good as he's ever been. They have so many play. There's no reason for him to be dominant. It was a while ago where Kittle was the only one they had, really on offense. And then Debo showed up, and then they got Ayuk, and then they got McCaffrey, and so it's just so star-studded on that offense that Kittle hasn't had to do everything. So there's no reason for him to be. I don't think he's changed at all. It's just.
Dude, even the friggin' 49ers fullback can hurt you.
Yeah,
he catches the ball in the. Watch out if he gets the ball.
And then he runs into you like.
And just mows people down. Good God Almighty! All right, let's go back to Tommy's comment here. He says, "Do you all think that tomorrow's game is what we will see in the big game this year?" I am going with the 49ers because they are most consistent. The Ravens start strong. Run out of steam mid-game. This is what I think about it, Tommy, and it's just the way I've felt all year, really, even though they did have a 3-game slide. I think it's the 49ers' year to lose, if you understand what I'm saying. It's up to them. I think they control their own fucking destiny. I think if they play ball the way they know how to play ball, you can't stop those fools. I mean,
and the Ravens, the Ravens are arguably the number 1 team in the AFC. So if the 49ers beat down on them, that's undisputed number 1 team in the NFL.
I'm telling you, man, if this turns into a rout by the 49ers, dude, I mean, you'd have.
And that's how they've won against these better teams, the Cowboys.
Every time they play a better team, they get up for it. When they played the Eagles, what did they do? They spotted them 6 points and they said, "Okay, now we're not going to punt anymore." 42 to whatever it was when they finally finished. It was ridiculous, man. They never let off the gas in that one. I mean, this is going to be fun to see. Plus, I mean, God, guys, we say it all the time. To win a championship, you got to have a little luck. whoever comes out of this game less nicked up, I think is really in a great position, and look, the fucking Ravens, we're going to look at it here in a minute. We'll go ahead and pull up their schedules. The Ravens have a rough road down the stretch. They've got Miami next week. And I think that one's in Miami, if I'm not mistaken. Or it may be in Baltimore.
Here in a second.
But let's go ahead and wrap this before we start looking at the Ravens.
It's in Baltimore.
It's in Baltimore? Okay. And that's good for them. But I've got to say tonight, I got to give the edge to the home team. Both of these teams are good, but, for obvious reasons, you got to give the edge to the home team. But then again, I mean, we've said it a million times. Lamar is unstoppable in the regular season against good teams. It's the playoffs when he struggles, right? So I don't know. I mean, this is a rough one to call. Have the Cowboys beat a winning team on the road this year? I don't trust Frack Prescott. I don't know if you're spelling it that way on purpose or what, Teague.
What is this, Battlestar Galactica?
Right? Is this Battlestar Galactica, Prescott? Yeah. But we were alluding to it earlier when we were talking about that game. It's the who have they really beaten bowl, and then he says the Ravens will win the Super Bowl easily. Wow. Okay. It was on purpose. Okay. Yeah, I knew he's a sci-fi guy. You see what his thing is there. It's from Star Trek. But anyway, yeah, man, dude, this game is going to look, I'm just going to kick back and enjoy it. I'm going to say 49ers because they're the home team, but wow, it's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. I, of course, we'll be pulling for my conference. My favorite team's the Seahawks. It's my division. I'll be pulling for those guys in this game against the AFC. But you never know, man. Lamar is pretty much unstoppable in the regular season. What do you think, Knock? Who are you going to put your final answer on?
I got to look at that offense for the 49ers and just, I mean, Purdy is MVP right now. I don't care. I don't care that, he's got that supporting cast.
Mm-hmm.
He's MVP in my book because they're not playing this well if he's not doing what he's doing.
Right.
He's not doing just check downs.
No.
He's putting the ball down the field where it needs to be. He's doing everything that Shanahan wants him to do. He's not turning it over. He's not making bowhead plays. To me, he's MVP right now.
Yeah.
And if he wins this one, I think it cements him pretty much as MVP, depending on how they win this game.
No doubt. You could say that about Lamar, too. If he pulls this off, that would pretty much lock him down
absolutely.
as MVP. Really?
Absolutely.
Yeah. You could say it either way. Yeah. Wow. This is a treat. On Christmas night, we're going to see some fireworks. It's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be a playoff atmosphere game. I'm going to have the volume cranked up. I may have to put together the 150-inch screen and watch this in the backyard tomorrow night. I might have to do that. That's going to be cool. It really is.
I tell you what, I did take. It's funny. I was looking at the schedule. I actually took off the day after the NCAA championship, and I did take off Super Bowl Monday. So
did you?
I will not have to worry about those days at least. And I think I took the 2nd of January off, so I won't miss the semifinal game either. So I have planned my next couple of weeks off, days off, based on the football games, because that semifinal game for Texas and Washington is at like 9:00. Like, it's a later game. I was like, dude, I don't want to miss that game at all. So I'm taking that day off. I'm taking the day after the championship, and then I'm taking off Super Bowl Monday.
Yeah. That's cool, man. Look at Teague, man. He's messing with me. Boy, it must be hard. It must be great to have two favorite teams. So now the Hatriots are as done as charred steak or down with the C-word Hawks. Sounds bandwagon-ish to me. Well, brother, you
can have
the Seahawks are my favorite team. Okay. Yeah. That if when it came down to the Seahawks and the Patriots in the Super Bowl, I was pulling for the Seahawks. I have been rooting for the Patriots my whole life, though, because I don't want to be disowned by my father. They're my AFC team. So kiss my
And
butt if you don't like.
I think it's not. I don't think it's too bad. Like because I live in Washington, I
Mhm.
always have a skin in the game when I watch the Washington Commanders, just because, it makes for good radio on the car ride in when they're talking good things about the Commanders or
Right.
whatever, so or Redskins when it was,
Mhm.
and then because the Broncos were always getting knocked out of the first round in the playoffs, I would have what I would call my playoff teams.
Right.
And it was always the Ravens because they always beat the Patriots in the
Right.
playoffs, which was always awesome. And
Mhm.
then it was the Eagles because the Eagles had Andy Reid and they would do the West Coast offense, which is my favorite offense. So that run the ball and then pull out. So yeah.
Get in the game. I see what you did there. It's great.
So I've had playoff teams before as well. So
Yeah. Okay, so we've got a couple more games to get to before we can talk about playoff seeding and all that. And these are games that we're not picking. We're just going to touch on them before we get to talking about playoffs because they are going to happen before we're on the air again. This is Thursday's game. It's the New York Jets, Admiral
Browns.
Teague's beloved Jets. And by the way, Mr. Jets fan, pretty sure you've been singing the praises of the Baltimore Ravens this whole time. So, hey. Let's see. Against the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah. You want to talk about winning easily. Browns are going to win this easily.
You would think.
As it could be. No, I'm kidding. I do think the Browns are going to win this one, but
I think they're going to win it too, but we're not picking it this week because we don't know. Flacco could get injured. They could be on their 5th quarterback of the year. We don't know.
That's
we
true.
don't know what's going to happen. So that's the first one we've got. The next one, let me crank this back down. The next one is going to be on Saturday.
I didn't even know this was a game. I didn't see this one. Oh,
yeah, this one's on Saturday. It's the Detroit Lions at the Dallas Cowboys.
This is for like number 2 right here.
Yeah, this is the struggle for number 2. Both of these guys need to hold serve today. And check this out. If the Lions win, they'll be today. They'll be 11-4, right? If Dallas loses in Miami, they'll be 10-5 coming into this one.
Mm-hmm.
And they're playing in Dallas where they're on a 14 fucking game winning streak. And I've seen this team and on their home field. They are not to be trifled with. They will blow your ass out. Their offense just clicks like they're the damn 49ers when they're at home. It's ridiculous, man. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting to see on Saturday night next week. I think that's the only 2 we have before we come on again. Yeah, then we get into Sunday next week. So let's take a look at team schedules down the stretch here. Let's take a look at this. Come on, sucker. It just decided to come up, and then there it is. Okay, so
do a favor for me, Joe. Do you have a wheel on your mouse?
Yeah, I do.
Now, when you hit the schedule, click it like it's a button. When you hit schedule. No. Pick your team. You were going to pick a team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then hit the wheel like a button. Check that out. It makes
what
a
did
tab.
it do? Oh, really? Okay.
I discovered this last week. It's one of the greatest
guys can learn. We can learn.
I know. I literally found this out by accident this last week to just make a tab like that. I don't know why I never learned that before.
That's
but
cool,
I
man. That's cool.
I was like, I got to teach Joe this.
Opens another one. Okay.
It's the greatest thing ever. All right. So,
so here we are.
This is tough.
Week 16, they've got the 49ers. Then they've got the Miami Dolphins in Baltimore.
Who did they have last week?
Last week it was
the Jags. Yeah, that was the start of it.
Yep, and they beat them. Yep. But boy, wow, did Jacksonville not show up for that game at all?
No, they didn't.
It was ridiculous. But yeah, we've got this killer game here. Then we've got the Miami Dolphins, and they've got their hated rival in the last game of the season. We saw what they did to Cincinnati yesterday.
Yeah.
So they've got a rough road, man. So
these are all playoff teams right here.
Yeah, these are all playoff games because look, the 49ers are trying to hold on to the 1 seed, right? And they're the 49ers, right? Then you got Miami who's trying to make a dent in the Ravens friggin' hold on it, right? As a matter of fact, if they're tied, guess who gets that seed?
Yeah,
it's Miami. Miami
especially
gets it.
Because I don't think the Chiefs are gonna create a 3-way tie.
No, I don't think they are either.
But I think the Chiefs would get it the Chiefs hasn't played the Ravens this year. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it would be a straight up conference thing, and that's a lot of hoopla I don't want to look at. But no, this would be for the number 1 seed most likely.
But then you've got the Pittsburgh Steelers that even if they're out of it at that point, which they probably won't be, they'll probably be trying to handle their business and hope for help. Either way, it doesn't matter. They don't like the Ravens. These are classic ball games. If you've ever watched this game, they beat the shit out of each other. They don't like each other at all. This is a murderer's row for the Ravens. They have the toughest schedule down the stretch of any of these teams. They really do.
The Broncos got the number 1 seed because I think it was either the Jets or the Dolphins. I can't remember if it was I can't remember if it was the Jets or Dolphins that the Patriots played and lost, but in the last week of the season to get the Denver to get number 1 seed. And it's looking the same here, whereas the Ravens could need this win to get number 1 seed, whereas if they lose, the Dolphins could have home field advantage.
Yes, absolutely.
So that game probably still matters for number 1 seed for the Steelers or for the Ravens and Steelers.
If Miami holds serve this week.
Yes.
If they hold serve. Yes, absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Well, I mean, even if the Ravens lose, because Ravens are playing 49ers. So if both teams lose this week, it's still, and then of course it still leaves the Chiefs open. It's so much going on right now.
It is, man. And let me tell you, I'm here for it. It is fun to watch, Let's see. What's he say? Ravens Steelers goes back to when the Ravens were in Cleveland. Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. Okay, let's take a look at what the Dolphins have down the stretch. They have the Cowboys today. They've got Baltimore, and then they've got the Bills. So it's just as tough for them. I mean, is there a team out there in the AFC wants to see this team right here, right now? I don't think there is.
And that could be, depending on this next week, that could be for the division.
Right? If they dump, that could be for the division. Good Lord, man, that's crazy.
There's definitely still a scenario with the Bills getting in the division.
Absolutely.
I hope not, because I need the Bills to lose. But
yeah, I know you do. But the 49ers pretty much have the NFC locked down. But a couple of races I wanted to look at here. The one in the AFC, both the Southern divisions are up in the air as far as the division winner. Down the stretch here for the Houston Texans, we've got Cleveland today, Tennessee, and then the Colts. So
that could be for the division.
That could be for the division. That last game right there. I really think it's going to come down to Houston. I think it's going to come down to Houston and Indianapolis. I think because Jacksonville's just fading, But I don't think they're going to get past that game this week. They could, but I don't know if it's going to happen. Tennessee's going to play them tough. That's a division game. And then, you said, that could be for the division. The Colts, let's see what they have down the stretch. They've got – stop it. I don't care about tickets. Let's see, 16, right? Yeah. The Falcons, This is the Colts down the stretch? Well, shit, it's their division to lose, bro. Damn.
Hey, don't overlook them Raiders.
Yeah, I know. They're surging, but I don't know. We'll see what it looks like after today.
I definitely think, it definitely looks like the Colts have a pretty good chance.
Looks a little easier for them. And then the Jaguars, let's take a look at that. Playoffs? I remember that, man. Jim Moore Sr., too funny. The Colts coach. Let's see. Week 16. Tampa, Carolina, and Tennessee.
I think the Jacks got it.
Look at Jacksonville. They're on a fucking losing streak, and they got cupcakes down the street. Well, I say cupcakes, but that Tampa game's going to be tough. But these two, they can win. They can win these two.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting, man. It's going to come down to the final Sunday of
it's
that
definitely coming
division.
down the wire.
Now, for the South here, we're talking. Oh shit! I hit the wrong button. Damn it, dude.
No, you still got it up though.
Yeah, I do. Okay, so they've got Jacksonville, the Saints. They got nothing but division games, but they got Carolina. You know, Cracksonville. What a dump. Hey man, that's a military town. Watch out now. Let's see. So yeah, they've got, just that Saints game, man.
Yeah, that'll be a big one for them.
I think the Saints. I don't know what's up. My brother may be right. Allen may not be the fit there. He may have put too much into Carr. You know what I'm saying? Too much faith in him. It might cost him. We got the Rams, the Bucks, and the Falcons down the stretch.
Well, they've already lost to the Rams.
They already
only
lost
have
to
the
the
Bucks
Rams.
and the Saints.
That's right. They've already lost that game. So, this is going to be a big one for them right here. Saints have got to get that one. And I don't know. I just don't know if they can do that. They're playing in Tampa. I don't know. But they should beat the Falcons. And then we got to look at the Falcons because they still have a chance. Even though I don't trust their trigger men worth a shit. I really don't. Like I said, they're a couple of pieces away from being a good team, but man, Trigger Man is one of them. They got to find a Trigger Man, no doubt. They've got the Colts, the Bears, and the Saints down the stretch.
That's rough because you can't overlook the Bears.
I think that's going to cause some problems right there. I think the Bears
that'll probably knock them out of it.
Yeah. I don't think the Colts don't. I think it's going to come down to that Tampa Bay Saints game for that division. But okay. Did you want to play with the simulator?
Well, I wanted to show real quick some of the scenarios that we have.
Okay, let's go.
So Ravens already clinched, but they can win the division with the win and a Cleveland loss.
Okay,
that would get them the AFC North.
And Cleveland's playing Houston. That could happen. I don't.
So this soup right here, basically, I'm just going to sum it up for you. Cleveland needs to win, and a lot of teams need to lose. Basically what this says right here. Yeah. Denver, Miami, Indy, like just a combination of at least 4 teams losing.
Miami,
4 or 5 teams. Yeah,
they're part of that glut.
So Cleveland can clinch this week. They just need the most help they can possibly ever get.
Right.
Kansas City, they can clinch a playoff berth, and AFC West title with a win. I'm guessing that's just for the. Yeah, they just need to win basically, or Denver lose. Even if
I think Kansas City holds serve the rest of the way out.
They're probably fine.
This is when they
So this scenario is pretty much already done because Buffalo did not lose. So I don't think this one's even an option anymore.
Yeah, Miami hasn't clinched.
Buffalo did win, so Miami's going to have to hold off another week for this particular scenario for the East.
They've got to win
today.
But
they just need to win. They just need to win, and they've clinched.
Yep.
So that's the easiest path forward, pretty much.
Right.
And then that's pretty much the AFC right now. Then NFC, you got already clinched 49ers, Cowboys, Eagles. The Lions can clinch with a win because that's against Vikings, who they're trying to stay ahead of.
Who they're trying to hold off. Yeah.
And then they just need a Seattle loss or Rams. Rams already won, so this one won't work. So they need Seattle to lose to the Titans, which
ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, so I think their best chance is to just go. Once they do that, they clinch this playoff spurt because they got the division. So I think Detroit winning is that one, and then San Francisco can clinch the number 1 seed, which not as complete. I would say the biggest one would be Philly losing. Would be probably the biggest one that stops this one, but Dallas lost and Detroit lost, and of course their win. So this first half is kind of tough. This part is probably a little more doable. But that's pretty much what you got for now. There's no other clinching this weekend.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
And so that's the clinches we have.
Dude, man. I mean, this glut of teams. There are so many teams still. Mathematically eliminated. It's in the single digits still. I'm pretty sure. pretty sure there's only been a handful of teams that have been mathematically.
Now this is a different little machine. For whatever reason, the ESPN machine isn't working properly. So luckily, I found a different alternative. So I've already plugged in. We pretty much. I don't think we had any differences this week in our picks. I think we pretty much did them all the same. So I already plugged those in. So this right here up at the top right is what is basically after this week.
Okay.
So it's already set.
If our predictions are correct.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
So this is already set. You got the Steelers at the number 7 after this week. If all holds out, I believe so. Let me just double check that.
Oh, that sucks for your team, dude.
Well, no, it's conference record. It's conference record. We're definitely not getting in this week.
It's Buffalo. Those fucks.
Yeah, Buffalo and Buffalo. Yeah. So now we're going to week 17. So we got the Jets in Cleveland. Let's just go ahead and say Cleveland. And then what do you think, Detroit or Dallas? Just it's Dallas at home. So let's go Dallas.
Okay,
at home.
It's Dallas at home. They're going to hold serve.
These aren't our predictions for next week or anything like that. We're just doing just a bullshit one. Yep. Miami and Baltimore.
Home team. Go with the
home team. Yeah, we can do that. New England, Buffalo. I think you got to go Buffalo in this one. Chicago and Atlanta. I think Chicago might have the let's just home team on that one.
They're definitely the team on the rise in that one. Yeah.
Tennessee and Houston. I think you got to go Houston on paper on this one. Las Vegas and the Colts. I think you got to go Colts on this one. Same thing here. Jags and Panthers. You got to go Panthers. Rams and Giants. I think you got to go Rams. Philly and Arizona. Philly. New Orleans and Tampa Bay. So let's go Tampa Bay at home.
Tampa,
San Francisco over Commanders, and then this is a tough one. The surging Steelers.
No, that's not a tough one. We go out of our way since Super Bowl 40 to beat the crap out of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
All right, well, it helps me, so I'm not going to argue too much. You're not pulling my leg here. And then, of course, on paper at home in Denver, hopefully we can knock out the Chargers. It'll be tough. We don't usually sweep them, so that'd be a tough one. And then Bengals and Chiefs. I got to go with the Chiefs at home. And then Green Bay, Minnesota. Let's go Minnesota at home.
I'd say Minnesota at home because they've been exposed. They're not.
Okay, so if this prediction is here, Denver has the number 7.
Denver's in. Seattle's in.
We have to see what's on next week because there are some probably tiebreakers with a bunch of teams.
Oh yeah, there's going to be a lot of things that are going to be decided by the last week of the season, no doubt.
Okay, so week 18. All right, so we got Seattle and Cardinals, so we're going to do Seattle. Steelers and I got to go Ravens because number 1 seed, trying to get number 1 seed. Tampa Bay over the Panthers. Let's do. I think you got to go Cleveland over the Bengals. Let's do Lions.
But that one could go either way. It really could.
It could, it could. Lions over the Minnesota. Let's just stick with the Bears, or you want to do Green Bay at home?
I say no. Give Green Bay one. They're going to pull one of these.
Green Bay, okay. And then we got Houston and Indy. This is kind of a tough one. I think at home.
Yeah, that could be for the division.
Yeah,
that's going to be interesting.
Let's save that one for last because then we can see what happens.
See what happens either way. Yeah.
Chiefs over the Chargers. Denver over the Raiders.
Dude, home team.
Okay.
Home team.
I think we have to come back and play with that one a little bit.
Right. We got to play with that one too.
But that would move up Denver a little bit as of right now. But let's go. I mean, we'll go Jets for Teague. And then let's do Saints over the Falcons at home. I don't think that was going to matter. Philly. And then
San Francisco. Whoa, shit.
San Francisco. I mean.
Dude. Can you believe they got the Rams the last game of the season? That's crazy. Stafford's going to want to stomp their guts.
I think San Fran doesn't care about this one. I think San Fran has the number 1 seed. Whether
they lock it up before then. Yeah, put the Rams.
I gotta say
have
Rams.
It locked up before then.
I think 49ers will. They've already beaten the Philly and they'd be a game ahead of the Lions, so they don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Then we'll do Cowboys and we'll do Jags for this one, and then pretty much. So this is what we're looking at without doing the Houston and Indy game.
Yeah.
This is where we're looking at right now. So let's try it with Houston first.
Wow, Jacksonville.
Houston is in. I wish I can. I don't know if I delete it, it'll delete the whole thing. Let me try just tie. Let's see what that is. There's no way to turn it off after you turn it on. So
I hear you.
So let's do the Colt. If the Colts win, then the Jags are in.
The Jags fall all the way to 7, and you get up to the 6, though? That's amazing, man.
That's pretty good. Amazing. And if Houston wins that game, we fall down to 7. We play the Chiefs. We have a rematch with the Chiefs. Ooh. And then Houston's playing the Dolphins.
And hang on, before you go any further, I want you to look at something that is really – look, guys, Wild Card Weekend, we've got a lot of things. You know, people look at a lot of different things, but I want you to look at the NFC 6 going into 3 matchup.
They've mentioned that this week too. Yeah, they have. That has been a story.
All roads lead to Matthew Stafford going back to fucking Ford Field, man. And you know they don't want to see that. They really don't want to see that. You know they don't. Oh my God. Let's see. Jason Grigorski, how you doing, man? It's good to see
you. Yeah, that's a coworker of mine.
Okay, cool, man. Doing, buddy? Real good chance Buffalo wins out and gets the division, and I'm a Miami fan. Yeah, I hear you. My wife's a big Miami fan. You guys need to pull it off against Dallas today.
Got some tough teams.
You've got to win the games that you don't have with Buffalo. Absolutely. You've got Miami has a murderer's row down the stretch. They do. It is tough for them. It's tough for the Ravens too, though. All these teams at the top of the AFC.
The Chiefs are like, this is great. This is great.
Yeah, this is awesome. They got cupcakes. They're playing the fucking Giants next week, I think. It's ridiculous, man. I asked John last week, how in the fuck did a Super Bowl champion get this week of schedule down the stretch? What the fuck?
You got the Raiders. They got the Bengals. I got the Bengals next week. So not as easy as the Giants.
Well, yeah, they thought that was going to be Joe Burrow, though. You know, I mean, they thought that was going to be maybe for the 1 seed.
And then they played the Chargers. They end with the Chargers, which is a pretty easy game for them. Yeah. So you would think. I mean, it's divisional, so can't count it out easily.
That Tennessee loss will haunt us. Yes, I know.
Oh,
but everything I'm looking at on this predictor, and I like it. It's pretty cool, man.
This is by paper. Now, you could definitely go back and forth between if the Colts win, they get the division, and Houston's out, and the Jags squeak in. So the Jags might be rooting for the Colts that weekend,
right?
Which would be kind of interesting. But if Houston's in, he wins, they're in, and the Jags get the division. So very interesting there.
And then you drop to 7, and Houston leapfrogs you.
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny is I don't think I want to play. You know what's funny? Maybe we should play the Dolphins again. I don't know. What would happen?
Wow, really? I mean, hey.
And we came back and beat them. Right. I would rather face them than the Chiefs. I don't want to play the Chiefs again. We don't beat them very often.
Right.
But if we could find a way to get that 6 seed and go against the Dolphins and beat them, I think that would be like the ultimate comeback for that season.
Yeah.
That was the lowest point of our season. That
would make your season a
Talk
win.
About stories. I wouldn't say it's as on par with Goff versus Stafford in this game in the NFC, but man, it'd be. And then you got the rematch for the Seahawks and the Eagles.
Yep.
I don't like seeing the Jaguars in there, but they would Chiefs, Browns, and then man, talk about stories. If the NFL wants a script, I think the Broncos. The
parity this year has been off the chain. It's really cool, and a lot of these games are going to matter down the stretch. They really are. It's amazing to me. I love it.
And this is all predicated on paper stuff. So obviously this picture can look way different here, but I don't think this is unrealistic.
We don't know who's going to get injured. We're just speculating at this point. But what's amazing is with 3 weeks to go, there are so many things.
Both of our teams have a chance. We're saying there's a chance. That's it.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
That's it. That is it. I think there's a good chance. Broncos got to win out. It's going to be tough. Our offense isn't the greatest, but our defense has played well. Yep. And then the Seahawks just keep winning, baby.
Yeah. Oh, dude, our murderers row's done. We lost 4 of the 5. So now we got to
put our
noses to the grindstone and get it done.
You won the one that matters. So
yes, we did win the one that mattered. Yes, we did. Okay, well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. We have got to get out of here before the kickoff because I don't know about but I'm going to open me a virus of unknown origin. I know you're hanging with your family today and you're going to be
I might go pick. I might miss the beginning of some of these teams. I gotta go gotta go fill up my car for the weekend or for the week, and then I might pick up some beer. So I might be getting some Corona.
Well, I'll be texting you during the games. I won't spoil them for you, but I'll be reacting to what you say. So,
Gotcha.
I'm glad you were here. It's always fun talking football with you, brother. You guys know you're watching Pregame Party. We're coming down the stretch, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun to watch and a lot of fun to talk about. We do it every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Central Time. And then, of course, on Monday, I'm actually going to be on with Gary tomorrow. We're not talking Reacher. We're going to be talking about, I think we alluded to talking about Christmas when we were in the military. Military Monday on Pop Culture Minefield's channel at 10 a.m. Central Time. Me and Gary are definitely getting together tomorrow. We already set it up. So I will see you then at 10 a.m. Central Time on Pop Culture Minefield's channel on Christmas Day. No show in the afternoon on It's Only Talk and Roll and that 70s Rock Fans channel. Brian just got out of back surgery. He's doing well. You guys say a prayer for his recovery. I'm pretty sure he's done for the rest of the year. I think he'll be back in January, but It's Only Talk and Roll. If you haven't seen the Christmas song show, go check that out. It was a lot of fun. We had a ball doing it. And that's usually at 4 p.m. Central Time on Monday. I'll be back Tuesday, the day after Christmas, on my channel with Fable 2, another Papa Joe Gamer After Dark video games, cocktails, and fails at 10 p.m. Central Time on Tuesday. Then Wednesday morning, it'll be back to Pop Culture Minefield's channel for Game Day with Morning Coffee with John, and he'll be playing Uncharted at 10 a.m. Central Time on Wednesday. And then Wednesday evening at 5:30 p.m. Central Time, it'll be the New Year's edition of State of the Atmosphere. We'll talk about the parties we're going to have, the top 10s of the year, movies, music, that kind of thing, all pop culture oriented. And then we're going to talk about our resolutions we're going to have and our predictions for what's going to happen in 2024. Look for that at 5:30 p.m. Central Time on Wednesday. And then Thursday, it'll be the end of the year show for the Brothers Hack the Matrix. Danny and I will get together, or Highlander as you guys know him, my little brother. We're going to get together and let you know what the biggest news stories were. You know, this is my political show, and we'll be showing you some of the week's headlines on the Brothers Hack the Matrix Thursday at 6 p.m. Central Time. And then Thursday night at 10 p.m. Central Time, it's going to be Star Trek Online on Papa Joe Gamer After Dark video games, cocktails, and fails at 10 p.m. Central Time on Thursday. And then Friday morning, back to Pop Culture Minefield with Morning Coffee with John and some Baldur's Gate at 10 a.m. Central Time. And then Saturday, you can watch me sketching the Privateer, working on my comic book about the story of America's Pirate Patriot. Sketching the Privateer comes your way every Saturday afternoon at 1:30 p.m. Central Time. So for myself and the biggest Bronco fan I know, both college and professional football, Knock, I want to say thank you for being here. And until you guys, well, first of all, I want to tell you, have a Merry Christmas. And as an ex-bartender, I want to tell you, you do not need to be driving drunk. Be safe when you're partying for New Year's, if I don't see you before then. And until we see you again, I want you guys to keep on keeping on. God bless.